You are lucky you're pregnant.
Honey, you're lucky that I'm pregnant. Out of this house right now.
It's hard to ignore the power of moms. They're all pretty badass, but there are a few who go above and beyond.
Yeah. Moms are tough.
In this video, we're giving props to the fictional kick-ass moms, action hero moms, matriarchs of spy families, vengeful mama bears who'll do anything to protect their kids, and even a few moms who kick ass while still pregnant. If you'd like to see more of this series, subscribe to the channel and like this video. There are a lot of action dads out there. Liam Neeson's character in Taken, John McClane in the later Die Hard films, and even protective clone dads like Wolverine and Logan. An action mom is a little rarer, but they're just as awesome, if not more. Oftentimes, franchises relegate moms to a more safe role. They're doting and loving, but largely take a back seat to when it comes to the action. When a female action hero has a kid, she often either retires or gives the child up for adoption so they can lead a normal life.
You sit down! You sit down!
Like when Catwoman gives up her daughter Helena in the DC Comics universe. Then there are the moms who continue fighting. Maybe they fight alongside their kid, fight to protect their kid, or motherhood just simply doesn't affect their career in badassery. The almighty action mom takes many forms, and we're here to explore them all. Now, keep in mind that just because a female character kicks butt, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're inherently feminist. The ones we mention here are generally pretty well written, but oftentimes these types of characters can be fan service bait, dripping in unrealistic stereotypes about motherhood, or just plain unrealistic. Sometimes a mom fights alongside her entire family. This gives her the perfect opportunity to kick butt and keep an eye on her children. Perhaps the most well-known example of this particular action mom is Helen Parr, aka Elastigirl, from The Incredibles. After public opinion on superheroes changed, Helen and her husband Bob settle down and have 3 children together, Violet, Dash, and Jack Jack. Not only does she use her stretch powers to wrangle her kids when they get too rowdy at dinner, she also protects them when they find themselves in danger. One particularly great example is when she and her kids are flung out of a plane and Elastigirl uses her powers to turn herself into a parachute and gently floats them all down to safety. Another excellent example of an action family matriarch is Trudy X from the short-lived Nickelodeon series The X's. The entire family works together to take down the evil organization Snafu. Trudy serves as a combat specialist of the crew and utilizes martial arts to take down her enemies. She's also incredibly caring towards her own kids, Truman X and Tuesday X. During a mission, she'll stop to give Truman some advice on romance. It's not very good advice, but at least she tries. She's also known to take a pause to fix her kid's hair mid-battle. Then of course, there's the classic spy family from the 2001 film Spy Kids. Carla Gugino plays spy mom Ingrid Cortez. She and her hubby, Gregorio, were rival spies before they got married, a story that their kids love. Though Ingrid allows her kids to get on the action, she still tries to protect them from witnessing too much violence. Then there are the moms that kick ass while they're pregnant, taking the stereotype of the vulnerable pregnant woman that needs protection and turning them into a battling badass instead. The most hardcore example of this has to be Erin from the sci-fi series Farscape. In the mini-series Farscape, The Peacekeeper Wars, Erin is very pregnant, but that doesn't stop her from joining in on the intense battles. In fact, she literally goes into labor during a gunfight. Despite the fact that the baby's father, John, asks her to take a back seat, Erin just keeps on blasting away. She's so focused on the battle that she can't stay still long enough for the baby to get pulled out. Erin eventually gives up her gun after declaring,
"Shooting makes me feel better."
In Star Trek Deep Space Nine, there's a pretty incredible episode in Season 5 where a murderer starts stalking and killing Kira's resistant comrades. At this point in the series, Kira is about 9 months pregnant, but that doesn't actually stop her from going after the serial killer herself and taking him down. Her pregnancy actually factors into her attack. When the perp confronts her and threatens to kill her, he claims he will spare her baby. He gives her a sedative, but she knows that the medicine she takes for her pregnancy actually renders sedatives useless. After pretending to fall asleep, she lunges and attacks. Of course, not every pregnant lady has to go to extremes like these to earn the title of pregnant badass. A much more down-to-earth example comes up in season 4 of One Tree Hill. Very pregnant Haley confronts Brooke after she steals a calculus test and subsequently gets Haley fired. She slaps Brooke right in the face, resulting in this incredible exchange.
Bitch, you are lucky you're pregnant.
Honey, you're lucky that I'm pregnant. I think it's time you get your insecure, cheating, skank ass out of this house right now.
An absolutely iconic scene from an absolutely iconic character. The inverse of the pregnant badass would be someone like Luda in the 2004 Dawn of the Dead. She's pregnant during a zombie apocalypse, therefore she is babied by her significant other and meets an untimely demise due to her pregnancy handicap. Pregnant badasses don't just disappear after they give birth. Their action-packed careers usually continue even after they reach motherhood. Star Trek, once again, gives us a great mom character with Dr. Beverly Crusher. In Star Trek The Next Generation, she runs the sickbay, occasionally orders Jean-Luc Picard himself around, and even takes command of the Enterprise herself at one point. And she manages all of this while raising Ensign Wesley Crusher as a single mother. And Lord knows, raising a teen like Wesley cannot be easy. Doctor Who dishes out a few action moms throughout its long run, too.
It's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Our favorite among them being the companion Amy Pond. Now, because of the whole nonsense, Amy's motherhood is a bit hard to keep track of. Technically, she isn't a mother yet throughout a lot of the series, and she ends up meeting her adult daughter later in the series before she's even given birth to her. It's complicated. When Amy meets Madame Kovarian, who kidnapped her daughter when she was still a baby, she doesn't hesitate to dole out some revenge. Then there are characters like Samantha Kane from The Long Kiss Goodnight. She used to be a badass spy, until something happened and she suffered from severe amnesia. She woke up on a beach one day with no idea who she was and ended up settling down and starting a family. Then, one day, she starts to regain her memories and realizes she was a spy. She winds up having to balance motherhood with her badass past. A few action moms are similar to Liam Neeson's character from Taken and go on a revenge mission to get back their kids. One such example is 2018's Peppermint, when Jennifer Garner's character, Riley North, loses her family to a drive-by shooting and she gears up for revenge. While she isn't able to rescue her own daughter, she vows to protect the gang from ever ruining another family again. She does not screw around. She's a mom with vengeance and she wants justice. Of course, there's also the 2019 Vietnamese film Fury, which is essentially Taken, but with a mom seeking revenge instead of a dad. Hai Phuong was a gangster who settled down after giving birth to her daughter Mai. But when Mai was kidnapped by organ traffickers, Hai Phuong is back in action. She whoops gangster butt both inside and on top of a train. She said it best when she tells the gangsters,
"Như vậy đã bắt nhầm con tao rồi."
Some moms are usually pretty relaxed. Until you mess with their kid, that is. Then they go into full mama bear mode. We have to give a shout out to the protective moms who snap into action once their kid is threatened. Like, for example, Molly Weasley. Though she spends most of the Harry Potter franchise knitting Christmas sweaters, in Deathly Hallows, she straight up murders Death Eater Bellatrix Lestrange after delivering the line,
"Not my daughter, you bitch!"
Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball gets a few mama bear moments herself. While she usually takes the backseat to Goku and the gang, her fierce love for her sons brings out the badass in her. One such time is in the filler episode when Gohan gets an abusive new tutor. Chi-Chi gets fed up with Mr. Shu's insults about her family and straight up throws him out a window. Her peak badass moment, though, is when she walks up and slaps the incredibly powerful Super Boo in the face after he kills Gohan. Unfortunately, this doesn't turn out well for her in the end. Super Boo literally turns her into an egg and crushes her for her actions. But hey, it's the thought that counts. Pamela Voorhees is definitely a mama bear type too, though her methods are a bit misguided. In the original Friday the 13th film, she takes revenge on groups of teens at Camp Crystal Lake because 2 camp counselors once let her son Jason drown. She brutally murders everyone she associates with her son's death. That is, until her son himself comes back to life to go on his own murderous rampage. Not all the mama bears out there are biological mothers. Obviously, we can't ignore the adoptive moms who do things like fight off literal leopards like Kala does for Tarzan in the 1999 film. Tarzan obviously isn't her real son. He isn't even the same species. But that doesn't stop her from saving him from the vicious saber's clutches. Another great adoptive mom is Lucy from the Despicable Me franchise. After she marries Gru, she becomes a surrogate mother for his adoptive kids and leaps into action when she mistakenly thinks that they're in danger. She even jokes that she's a mama bear in the moment.
Sorry. Went a little mama bear on you. You know, I heard a scream and... Yeah, okay. Have a good one.
The ultimate surrogate mama bear has to be Ripley in Aliens, though. She discovers Newt, the sole survivor of a xenomorph attack, and fights through the movie to keep her safe. Keep in mind that Ripley is still traumatized from her experiences with facehuggers, but she still pushes through and ventures deep into an alien egg chamber to rescue Newt. Now that is dedication. There are a lot of great action moms out there, but one stands above the rest. Sarah Connor from the Terminator series. She's been kicking ass for decades and went from a damsel in distress to a kick-ass goddess of destruction. Even in the first film, before she really grows into her badassery, she still gets a pretty awesome moment when she crushes a Terminator in a hydraulic press. Fast forward to 2019, and she still looks cool as hell when rocking sunglasses and a gun in Terminator Dark Fate. Every iteration of Sarah Connor has been awesome, whether she's been played by Linda Hamilton, Emilia Clarke, or Lena Headey in the television series The Sarah Connor Chronicles. She sacrifices everything for the future of her son, John Connor, and has been an enduring pop culture icon thanks to her dedication. Fictional moms can be pretty hardcore, but don't forget that there are plenty of kick-ass moms in real life too. There are plenty of examples in sports oftentimes. It's believed that female athletes can no longer compete after giving birth, but gymnasts like Oksana Alexandrovna Chusofotinya and Aliyah Mustafina have proved that wrong. Are there any kick-ass moms that we missed? Which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe.